of cycle update. We moving on up to that deluxe apartment in the sky. CryptoTalk.fm. My name is Leicester. I'm your host. Something was brought to my attention from X, because I don't follow it, but brought to my attention, and I couldn't be more proud. You know you've made it when AI is citing your shit as a source. That's when you've made it. That's when you know you have legitimately made it. And CryptoTalk.fm, we are one of those. We're at the top. You know, we started at the bottom, now we here. When we was kings and all the other quotes you can come up with. But what was brought to attention is that allegedly Grok cited one of our shows, one of our uploads that we did about the Saitama scam syndicate. And if you don't know the story of the Saitama scam syndicate, I have a whole playlist about the whole fiasco. Because again, as I said, I document the journey and I put all my stuff up there. I've got hours and hours of coverage, but I also have some quick and dirties that summarize what happened in nuts. But the point is, Grok, so what happened is somebody took over Cult Leader's X account somehow, and then they asked Grok about the fiasco that was the failed November 13th Vegas event for Saitama, a day they'll live in infamy. And I wasn't at the event, but I was there. I do have a recording of the event for those curious, but Grok was answering all these things, and I happened to notice in this that was sent to me, and I'm going to quote it, but it says, quote, a YouTube podcast and related discussions on X. There were no other related. What happened was my stuff was getting shared on X because when I did mine, a bunch of people were spreading it on X, so it's the same upload. Quote, alleged that Saitama scam syndicate employees migrated to Rezor, reinforcing the perception that the rebranding is an attempt to distance the project from its fraudulent past without addressing underlying issues. Stop. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was saying they're running and ducking from the smoke. That's exactly what they're doing. It's the same scam syndicate. When I say scam syndicate, obviously, Manny the rug puller, he got caught up on the lam. He's fighting to get let go. He's not having any luck, but he's still locked up. Russ, Cult Leader, he admitted his guilt. He took a deal. Hernandez, he took a deal. He admitted his guilt. Nam Trans on the run. Aaron Mancini, my theory is he's the one that dropped the dime. So I don't know exactly what happened with him. I don't see anything in the court records. So I'm assuming he was one of the ones that dropped the dime. I don't know. Gabe Klein, don't know where the hell that dude is. And so, but what I was saying is that all the employees that Manny the rug puller hired when he took over as SaitaChain, all those employees spun up this Rezor. So the point is that you still have inklings of the scammers under Rezor. Now they are doing some stuff I think are good, which is they're trying to get back on exchanges. They're going back on Pancake Swap. They're trying to get back and undo some of the damage that Manny the rug puller was doing. However, again, you're still associated with the scam. So for Everton B 105, who says he's going to take a victory lap at my expense, Mr. Everton B, I ain't seen you since, because you know I was going to come straight at you for all the bullshit you were talking, sir or ma'am. But no, you just ran and quit because you know you got ripped off by these scammers, and you didn't come back and give my credit when I warned you multiple times, and you tried to come at me defending these scammers, and I just had to level set it. I digress. I got sidetracked, but I'm proud. I'm proud that, yes, finally, the message is getting out where AI is smart enough to spread the word of a very important situation with these scammers, because we don't want people to get scammed. We don't want people to get ripped off, and that's why I do the coverage that I do. For things like this, who knows? There might come a point in the future when my stuff is cited for BlockDAG. If it turns out BlockDAG's a scam, which I don't know that it is, but if it turns out being one, my stuff might be cited off of BlockDAG. I might be referenced in the future. AI will live on beyond all of the rest of us, and then my content, and I'm grateful that my content is being exposed to a wider audience by way of AI and the young kids who don't like socializing with people, and they talk to their robots and shit. Now the robots are steering you right back to CryptoTalk.fm, where you can find the finest audio coverage, no demand. Spread the word and tell your friends, because this is easy work.